Hello traders, I'm Luke from Disciplined Trader. This video is a complete tutorial for the Trading 212 platform for experienced traders and newcomers alike. I know a lot of people who are brand new to trading may have found Trading 212 and then quickly become overwhelmed with the very little guidance that is available. With that in mind, I would recommend that anyone who is totally new to trading starts by watching my Trading Basics series here on YouTube. It's a free series of videos that will teach you the very basics of trading so that the content in this tutorial will make more sense to you. The link to this is in the description. I have also included the contents of time links in the description to help you navigate through the video if needed. The last thing I want to mention before we start is that there is an affiliate link in the description as well. If this video has helped you and you are going to sign up for a Trading 212 account, I'd appreciate it if you used my affiliate link below. With all that out of the way, let's get started. To set up an account, visit trading212.com and click Open Account in the top right corner. This then gives you the option of opening either a practice account or a real money account. A practice account sets you up with some virtual money which you are then able to trade with as you would if you had a real account. No card details are required to set this up, you just need your email address and set a password. It will then ask you which account type you would like to open. Unless you know specifically you want to open an invest account type, I would recommend you choose CFD. You can always change this later if needed. The process of opening a real account needs more details but is relatively easy to do just by following the dialog boxes that appear. Once you have opened your account, you will be redirected to the charting window. If you find yourself on the home screen, either log into your account in the top right corner and you will be taken to this window, or click your account name in the top right corner and then click Continue Trading. This is the window where all your trading activity will take place. On first glance, this screen can seem very overwhelming, but I will break it down for you so that you understand what each section is for. The first thing you will notice when you are on the trading screen is the large chart in the center of the screen. This is a price chart for gold on my screen. I know this as it tells me on the tab title in the top right corner of the chart window. The right hand scale is the price scale, with the current market price highlighted in blue, with a corresponding blue line showing you this on the chart itself. I will link a video I have made that explains how to read and understand market prices in more details in the cards in the top right corner and in the description below. The scale along the bottom of the chart is a time scale so that the chart can show you how the price of a market has changed over a certain time period. The price scale can be adjusted by clicking on it and dragging either up or down to increase or decrease the price range shown. By default, the chart will be set to a line area chart. To change this, we can either click the chart type button on the toolbar across the top of the chart window, or we can right click on the chart, hover over chart type, and then select the type we want. We can also use the Chart Explorer sidebar by clicking the Chart Explorer button on the right hand side of the screen, and then clicking chart type. Typically traders use what is called a candlestick chart, as this shows us more information about the movement of price than a simple line chart would. If you are unfamiliar with candlestick charts, I will link my shorter explanation video in the description below and in the cards in the top right corner of this video, so you can learn everything you need to know about them. We can amend the settings of a chart in a few ways. We can right click on the chart and then hover over the chart settings button, or we can go to the toolbar across the top of the chart window and click on the chart settings button. Doing this will show a list of options that can be checked or unchecked to add or remove the corresponding feature from the chart. All of these options can be changed from the Chart Explorer window, accessed by clicking the Chart Explorer button on the right hand side of the screen. Grid refers to the background grid on the chart. Open positions will show any open trades you have on the chart itself. You will see this better when we come to opening trades. Price alerts will show the level of any alerts set on the market you are looking at. Again, you will see this better when we cover price alerts. Patterns will highlight simple patterns on candlestick and bar charts. The candle timer will give you a countdown on the time remaining before the current candle closes. Scale will toggle a small scale in the top right corner of the chart. Tick volume will toggle whether the tick volume is shown for each candle at the bottom of the chart. The bottom three will toggle the corresponding price levels being shown on the chart. You can zoom in or out on a chart by using the magnifying glass buttons on the top of the chart window. You can scroll backwards and forwards on a chart by either clicking on the chart and dragging in the direction you want to scroll, using the scroll bar across the bottom of the chart window, or using the scroll wheel on your mouse when hovering over the chart window. You can change the time frame of a chart in a few ways. First, you can use the time frame button on the toolbar across the top of the chart window. This will give you a drop down of different time frames you can select. You can access the same selection of time frames by either right-clicking on the chart and hovering over the time frame option, or opening the Chart Explorer window by clicking the Chart Explorer button on the right-hand side of the screen. You can then select a time frame under the Chart Properties section. You can change your cursor type by using the cursor button on the toolbar across the top of the chart window. Pointer is the default cursor selected. Crosshair gives you a crosshair cursor to make reading the chart scales much easier. The tooltip options for these cursors adds a pop-up window when hovering over the chart with corresponding price information to where your cursor is pointing on the chart window. The measuring tool allows you to measure a variety of factors between 2 points on the chart. Distance refers to the price difference between the 2 points plotted. Candles counts the number of candles between the 2 points. Tick volume adds up the total tick volume between the 2 points. High and low show the highest and lowest prices reached between the 2 points plotted. You can add a host of drawing tools to your chart in a number of ways. The first way to access these is by using the drawing buttons on the toolbar across the top of the chart window. The first button has 6 different types of line tools: horizontal line, vertical line, diagonal line, channel lines, pitchfork lines, and a continuous ray. The second button has 6 Fibonacci tools that can be drawn on the chart: arc, circles, fan, retracements, time zones, and expansion. The third button has 3 simple shapes that can be drawn on the chart: rectangle, ellipse, and triangle. The fourth button has some pattern identification tools that can be drawn on the chart: Elliott impulse wave and triangle wave, as well as an ABCD pattern and an XABCD pattern. The fifth button enables you to add some text to a chart. To use this, simply click the text button and then click and drag on the chart where you would like to add the text box. You will then be able to enter the text you want inside the text box. Just click off the box once you are finished typing and the box will disappear. You can also access all of these drawing tools by right-clicking on the chart window and going down to Drawings. You can amend the settings for all these tools in a few ways. You can click on the individual tool you want to amend. Any available options will appear in a small box to the right-hand side of the tool. Typically, you can change the color of the tool and delete it from this menu. You can also access these menus by right-clicking on the chart, clicking Manage Objects, click Drawings, and then selecting the drawing tool you want to amend. You can also quickly delete a tool from this menu by clicking the little cross icon next to the tool you want to delete. Lastly, you can access the tool settings from the Chart Explorer window by clicking the Chart Explorer button on the right-hand side of the screen. Under Manage Chart and Objects, you will see a list of any drawings on the chart. From here, you can click on the tool you want to amend, and the settings window for that tool will appear. You can also make each tool invisible by clicking the corresponding eye icon or deleting it by clicking the corresponding bin icon. You can add a vast array of indicators to your charts in a couple of ways. The first is to use the Indicators button on the toolbar across the top of the chart window. Once you click this button, you will see a search box and different categories of indicators. Hovering over each category will then reveal the available indicators within each. You can find any available indicator by typing the name of the indicator you want in the search box. You can also access this same menu by right-clicking on the chart and going down to Indicators. If you are unfamiliar with indicators, I will link to a more in-depth video I have made in the cards in the top right corner of this video and in the description below. Once you have found the indicator you want to add, simply click it and a dialog box will appear. You can then configure the indicator to how you want it to work within this dialog box. Looking at an exponential moving average as an example, here we can set the period of the moving average, set the price point the average is calculated from, set a colour of the line that will be displayed, and set a thickness for that line. Once you are happy, simply click Confirm and the indicator will be added to your chart. If you want to change the settings of an indicator you have already added to your chart or remove it from your chart, you can do this in a few ways. The first is to right click on the chart and go down to Manage Objects, then hover over Indicators and you will see a list of any indicators you have added to your chart. From here you can simply click the indicator you want to amend and the settings dialog box will reappear. As before, make any changes to these settings you need and then press Confirm once you are happy and the indicator will be updated on your chart. If you want to remove an indicator from your chart, you can go to the same location as before, right click the chart, Manage Objects, Indicators, and then you can press the small cross icon next to the indicator you want to remove, and this will delete it from your chart. The only indicator you can't do this for is the in-chart tick volume. To remove this, go to the settings section we looked at earlier and uncheck tick volume. You can also manage your indicators from the Chart Explorer window by clicking the Chart Explorer button on the right hand side of the screen. Once this is opened, you will see a list of any indicators you have on your chart under the Manage Chart and Objects section. From here you can click on the indicator name to open the settings in the window below. You can click the bin icon to delete the indicator from your chart, or you can click the eye icon to make the indicator invisible without deleting it. Once you have set up a chart with all the settings and indicators you want, you can save that as a chart template that can be quickly applied to any other chart that you open. You will notice currently that if you open a new chart, the settings will revert back to the original chart we saw when we first opened the platform, and all the indicators you've added will be missing. You can create a chart template in a few ways. The first way to do this is by ensuring you are looking at the chart you want to make a template from, then clicking on the Chart Template button on the toolbar across the top of the chart window, and then clicking Create Template. This will then open a small dialog box where you can enter a name for the template you are about to create. Simply enter a name for the template and then click Save. You will now be able to apply this template to any new chart that you open. If you want to make a change to this template, you can simply make an amendment to the chart with the template applied. For example, I am going to add a 200 period simple moving average that I want to be included in this chart template. Then go to the Chart Template menu, click the small arrow button to edit the template. This will then ask you if you want to save the changes. Click Yes, and that chart template will now be updated with your new settings. In my example, this will now include the moving average I just added. You can also access this same chart template menu by right-clicking on the chart and going down to Chart Template, as well as through the Chart Explorer window by clicking the Chart Explorer button on the right-hand side of the screen. Once opened, you can click the Chart Template button in the top right corner of the Chart Explorer window. You can find different available markets by using the search bar along the top of the window. Simply click in the search bar and a list of available markets will appear. You can simply scroll through this list to find the markets you want to view, or you can refine this list to make this process quicker. You can either type the name of the market you are looking for, and any results for that search will appear as you type, or you can use the filters on the left-hand side of the screen to narrow down your search. For example, if we wanted to find the Euro-Dollar Forex market, we could either type in Euro/USD and the market would appear, or we could go to the Currencies filter on the left-hand side, then click Major as it is a major pair, and then select the Euro-Dollar market from the filtered list that has appeared. Don't worry too much if these filters don't make much sense to you if you are new to trading. You will learn more about different market types as you learn more about trading. Once you have found the market you are looking for, clicking it will open a preview window showing the price chart for the market. Clicking the Open Chart button below this will then open the price chart in a normal window. You will now notice we have two tabs in the right hand corner of the chart window, one for each price chart we have open. This enables you to quickly swap between any chart windows you have open. The Watch List feature enables you to make lists of different markets so you can easily access them. You will see the watch list window on the left hand side of the screen. You can hide and unhide this window by clicking the small arrow button on the right hand side of the window. You can also resize the watchlist window by clicking and dragging on the right hand edge of the window. By default, this will show a watchlist called My Watchlist, which will have a variety of commonly traded markets inside it already. Each card within the list will show details about a particular market. Looking at the top card, we can see this is about the gold market. We can see a line to represent the recent price changes in that market. We can see the current sell and buy price. We can set a position size for quickly opening a trade on this market. We will come back to this later in the video. And we can see the daily change in this market, both in terms of a percentage and a number of points. We can change the appearance of these cards by clicking the button in the top right corner of the watchlist window. Once clicked, you are presented with a list of preset views for the cards in the watchlist. Simply clicking a preset name will change the appearance of the cards in the watchlist. Alternatively, you can create a custom card view by clicking the custom option at the bottom of the list and then toggling the card options to your preference. This will then only display cards in the watchlist with the information you want them to display. To open a chart window from your watchlist, you can either click the Open Chart button in the top right corner of each card in the watchlist, or you can right click on the title of the card and then click Open Chart. This will then open a new price chart window for that market with a new tab in the top right corner of the chart window, as we saw before. You can also open a Details dialog box for each market by clicking the Details button in the top right corner of each card, or by right-clicking the card title and then clicking the Details option. To view different market watchlists, you can click the arrow button in the top left corner of the watchlist window. This will then reveal any other watchlists that are available. Here you will see a host of different watchlists that are organised into specific categories. You can also create your own new watchlists by clicking the New Watchlist button. This will open a new dialog box where you can enter a name for your new watchlist. Once you have entered a name, click Create and your new watchlist will be added to the bottom of the watchlist list. You can then add specific markets you want to the new watchlist. If you ever want to change the name of a watchlist you have created or delete it completely, you can click the cog icon to the right hand side of the watchlist name and make these changes in the dialog box that appears. You can both add and remove a market from a watchlist at any time. To remove a market, simply open the watchlist you want to make a change to, right-click on the market card title and then click Remove Instrument. To add a market to your watchlist, simply find the market you want to add in the search box along the top of the screen. Let's use Microsoft as an example. Once found, you can either click Microsoft, so the preview window appears, and then click the Add to Watchlist button below the preview window, and then select the watchlist you want to add the market to. You will then see a tick appear next to the watchlist to show that this market has been added. You can also use the plus symbol next to the market name in the search list to quickly add it to a watchlist. To view more than one price chart at once, you can use the Multiple Chart Mode button in the top right corner of the price chart window. This mode will display all the charts that you have open in tabs at once within the chart window. The more tabs you have open, the more charts will be shown in the Multiple Chart Mode. Once in this mode, you can also rearrange the charts by clicking and dragging the title of each chart to the place you want to put it. If you want to return to the tab mode, you can use the same button in the top right corner to switch back. If you want to arrange the charts over multiple monitors, then you can simply open the Trading 212 trading page in multiple browser tabs and drag them to your different monitors. This works well when combined with the multiple chart mode, as you can have multiple charts open on each browser tab. You can enter a trade in a number of ways. The first way you can do this is by right-clicking on the chart you want to open a trade on, and then clicking Open Detailed Trade Box. This will then open a dialog box where you can configure the trade you want to open. You can bring this same dialog box up by using the Open Positions window. If this isn't already open, just click the Open Positions button along the bottom of the screen. The window will then open. Then simply click the Open New Position button. If you already have a trade open, this button can be found in the top left corner of this window. Once pressed, this will open a dialog box asking you to select the market you want to trade on. Simply find the market using the search feature and click on it. This will then open the dialog box we saw earlier. Using this box, you can configure the trade you want to open. Starting from the top, first select whether you want to sell or buy the market. Then decide what type of order you want to use. If you are unfamiliar with different order types, I will put a link to an explanation video I have made in the card in the top right corner of this video and in the description below. To recap these quickly, market order opens a trade immediately at the current market price. Limit and stop orders are used to enter a trade at a specific price, and OCO is short for one cancels the other, meaning you could set a level where you would like to sell and a level where you would like to buy, and as soon as one of the orders is triggered, the other one is cancelled. Once you have selected the order type, the quantity refers to the size of the position you want to open. Here you can either use the slider to change the value, or click the number or the keypad icon to the right to enter the quantity manually. You set the position size by selecting how many units of the instrument you would like to buy or sell. Some markets will have a minimum amount you have to trade, and the maximum will be capped by the amount in your trading account. You can then set a take profit level and a stop loss level. These are used to automatically close the trade for you once the trade has either reached a predetermined profit or loss level. I have made a more in-depth video about these levels, which I will link to in the card in the top right corner and in the description below. Then, near the bottom of the box, you can toggle the order details panel, which will show you the margin needed for the trade and the swap cost. The margin is the amount of your trading account that will be set aside to pay for this trade. It isn't gone once you enter the trade, just kept to one side whilst the trade is open. The swap amount is the interest you will pay or receive for each day you hold the trade for. If you open and close the trade within the same day, this won't apply. It only becomes relevant when you hold a trade for more than one day. Once you are happy with everything you have configured within this trade window, simply press confirm and the trade will be executed. You will now be able to see your new open position in the open positions window at the bottom of the screen. You will also see a dotted line on the corresponding price chart to show you your trade entry level, and smaller dotted lines showing stop loss and take profit levels if they have been set. The entry line will have a box on the left hand side with the live profit and loss for the trade. Hovering over this box will then reveal the quantity or position size of the trade, as well as the trade reference number. If you use the limit or stop order when placing your trade, it's likely the trade won't have been executed yet, and so your trade will be listed in the pending orders window instead. You can access this by clicking the pending orders button on the bottom of the screen. In the open positions window, you will be able to quickly see what price you entered the market at, what instrument is being traded, the quantity or position size, trade direction, the current price of the market, any take profit or stop loss levels set on that trade, the margin required for the trade, and the current live profit and loss on the trade. When looking in the pending orders window, you will see mostly the same details, as well as the order type and date created. You can also enter trades through what is called quick trading or one-click trading. These methods are designed to help you get in and out of trades quickly. The first method of doing this is by using the button in the top left corner of the chart window. You will see two prices, the buy and sell price for the instrument you are looking at. If you click this button, a drop-down list will appear where you can choose the position size you want to take. As before, you can either scroll up and down the list to find the size you want, or click the number at the top and manually enter this. Once happy, then either click sell on the left side of that number or buy on the right side of that number and your trade will be opened. You can also do this from the market watch list on the left hand side of the screen. As you can see, I have the cards configured to a standard view, which show me a sell and a buy price and a position size box. Here I can select the position size I want to trade by clicking the position size box and then either scrolling to find the position size I want or clicking the top number and manually entering it. Once happy, you can then simply press the sell or buy price above the position size box and your trade will be opened. As before, your trade will now be shown in the open positions window at the bottom of the screen. Trading from the watch list is still possible with any of the other card views too. For example, if you have them set to list view, you can click the buy or sell price of a market and the new order window will appear where you can configure and enter your trade. You can add or amend a stop loss or take profit level on your trades at any time. Simply go to the open positions window at the bottom of your screen and click in either the take profit or stop loss box that corresponds with the trade you want to amend. A dialog box will appear with your current take profit and stop loss levels shown if they are set. Otherwise, you can toggle the level you want to set and some options will appear. You can set a level by choosing a specific price, which will then show you the distance that price is from your entry level and what profit or loss amount that would yield below. Or you can set it by selecting an amount of money you want to make or lose on that trade. This will then show you the distance from your entry level and specific price that corresponds with that amount above. A trailing stop is a stop loss level that simply follows price as it moves in the direction of your trade. You set this by selecting a distance you would like the stop loss level to trail by. For example, if you had a trailing stop set to 10 points, then as the trade moved in your favour, the stop loss level would move with it, maintaining its 10-point distance. If the trade ever moved 10 points against the direction you are trading in, the level would get hit. If you want to remove any of these levels completely, just click the toggle switch next to the level you want to remove, so that the dot moves to the left-hand side. Once you are happy with the changes made to these levels, simply click the confirm button and the changes will be made, and reflected in the trade details in the open positions window. The same changes can be made to any pending orders by doing the same thing. You can also make quick changes to the stop loss and take profit levels using the trade entry line on the price chart. Simply hover over the box on the left hand side of the entry line and small take profit and stop loss boxes will appear above and below the line. You can then click and drag these boxes to quickly set a stop loss and take profit level. You can change these levels again by simply dragging them to another level, or you can delete them by clicking the small cross icon on the right hand side of each box. This is a quick but less precise method of setting these levels. You can close a trade via a few methods. The first is by right-clicking on the trade within the Open Positions window. This will bring up a small menu, one of which is Close Order. Clicking this will bring up a small box asking you whether or not you want to close the position. If you click OK, the trade will be closed and any profit or loss on the trade will be realised. Another way to close a trade is by clicking the corresponding cross icon on the right hand side within the Open Positions window. This will then bring up the same dialog box as before, asking you to confirm the action. Again, click OK and the trade will be closed, and any profit or loss on the trade will be realised. You can also close trades by opening the Close Positions window. You can open this by clicking the button in the top right corner of the Open Positions window. Once opened, you will see a full list of any positions you have open. You can quickly close all the positions shown by clicking the Close Selected Positions button, and all the trades in the list on the right hand side will be closed. If you want to refine this list, you can deselect the options on the left hand side so that you only close specific trades. Once you have made your refinements, just click the Close Selected Positions and those trades will be closed and any profit or loss on those trades will be realised. Your account information and status can be quickly seen on the bar in the bottom left corner of the screen. Here you can easily see the live result of any trade you have open. If you have more than one, the profit and loss will be added together and shown as one figure here. Any free funds and blocked funds you have on the account. Your total account value. This is the total money you have in your account, plus or minus any unrealised profit or loss from the open trades you have. And then a status bar for your account. The status bar links to the free and blocked funds on your account. Blocked funds are any money that have been put to one side when you opened a position. When opening a trade, you will see a margin amount in the order details section. This is the amount of funds that will become blocked when you open that trade. This stops you from opening too many positions at once and not being able to afford them all. I'm going to be making a more in-depth video about margin in the near future, so make sure you subscribe and click the notifications bell to be notified when that is uploaded. To view your trading history, simply click your account name in the top right corner of the screen, then click on Reports, then click Result. This will bring up a window with the results of all your trades inside. It shows you the trade reference, instrument traded, quantity or position size, direction traded, price you entered, price you closed the trade at, the profit and loss result for the trade, a description comment, and the date and time the trade was closed. You will also see a profit and loss total beneath the result column. This window also has other tabs to show you more information about the trades you have taken. The interest tab will show you any interest paid or earned on the positions you have taken. These can be live or closed. The cash tab will show any deposits or withdrawals made on the account. The orders tab will show you any orders that have been placed on the account. These can be anything from trades placed, trades closed, stop loss and take profit levels placed, and so on. The table will show you what instrument the order applies to, the price level it is or was set at, the execution price if that happened, the quantity of that order, the direction, what type of order it was, the date and time the order was placed, the current status of the order, and the date and time of the most recent modification to that order. The Positions tab just shows a simple list of closed trades on the account. It shows the instruments traded, what the base currency of that instrument is, the entry date and time, and the close date and time. If on any of these tabs the data spills over onto more than one page, you will see a Previous and Next button at the bottom to cycle through the pages. You will also see a filter section above the data to refine what you see if needed. You can set price alerts on any of the available markets so that you are notified when the price of an instrument has reached a certain level. You can do this via a few methods. The first is to right-click on the price chart of the instrument you want to set an alert on. Then click Set Price Alert. This will open a small dialog box that shows the sell and buy price at the top. Choose whether you are interested in buying or selling from the level you want the alert at. This doesn't actually make a difference to anything, it's just so you can see later what direction you are looking to trade this. Then simply set the price you want the alert at by either using the arrow buttons or clicking on the number itself and manually entering it. The price will be set by default to the price level where you originally right-clicked on the chart. Once you're happy, click the Set Price Alert button and the alert will be set. You can also reach this dialog box by clicking the Price Alerts tab button at the bottom of the screen to open the Price Alerts window. If you don't have any alerts set, you will see a new Price Alert button in the center of this window. If you do have some alerts already set, this button will then be in the top left corner of the Price Alerts window. Once you have set an alert, you will see it listed in the Price Alerts window. This will quickly show you the instrument the alert is on, the direction you were interested in trading it, the current price of the market, and the price the alert is set to. You will also see a dotted line with a bell icon on the right hand side on the price chart itself to demonstrate where the alert is. To make an amendment to an alert, you can either click on the alert entry in the Price Alerts window or double click the dotted line on the chart to access the original dialog box. From here, you can change any of the details and press Set Price Alert to confirm the changes. To delete an alert, you can either click the cross icon on the right hand side of the alert entry within the Price Alerts window, or you can right click on the entry and then click Remove Price Alert. When an alert is triggered, you will see a pop-up appear in the top right corner of the screen with the alert information and informing you that the alert has now been hit. You can access the platform settings by clicking your account name in the top right corner of the screen and then clicking the icon in the top left corner of the window that appears. This will open the settings dialog box. Here you can change the language, change the time zone, reset your account and currency, change your account password, and set a light or dark theme. The Trading Preferences tab has a host of options you can change. One change I would recommend making in this section is to change the account type to Simulate Retail Account. This will change the leverage on the account from 500 to 1 to 30 to 1. Essentially what this does is block more funds when opening a trade as the margin amount will be bigger. The reason I recommend you do this is because you won't be able to trade anywhere near 500 to 1 leverage when you start trading with real money. Here in the UK, for example, 30 to 1 is the maximum leverage you can utilise at the time of making this video as a retail trader. I will be making a video to discuss leverage in more detail in the future, so subscribe to the channel and click the notifications bell to be notified when that video is uploaded. The Instrument Details panel is accessible by clicking the eye icon in the top right corner of the screen. This side panel shows you a variety of information about the instrument you are currently looking at, as well as including some buttons to open a new market order, open a new pending order, or set a new alert. When any actions on your account happen, you will receive a pop-up notification in the top right hand corner of the screen and a notification in the Notifications tab. To access this, simply click the Notifications button on the right hand side of the screen. It is the button with the bell icon. Here you will see any notifications you have received in date order, with the most recent at the top of the list. You can hide this window again by clicking the bell icon again. If you have any unread notifications, you will see a little number next to the bell to show how many unread notifications you have inside. You can access the economic news calendar by clicking the calendar icon on the right hand side of the screen. By default, the calendar will open on today's date and show you any economic news announcements for the day ordered by time, with the earliest announcements at the top. Each card within the list will tell you what the announcement is, what currency it is most relevant to, any previous and forecast results for the announcement, and the actual announcement result once it has been made. The coloured dot in the top right corner of each card is an indicator as to how much of an impact that news announcement may have on the relevant markets. Yellow being low, orange is moderate, and red is high. You can also click on each card to find out more information about that particular announcement. If you want to see the announcement for another day, you can use the arrow buttons at the top of the list to cycle through the available dates. You can also filter the cards shown in the list by clicking the button in the top left corner of the window. This will then allow you to refine the news announcements you see through the use of toggle switches. You can access the news and analysis window by clicking the newspaper icon on the right hand side of the screen. By default, it will open on the News tab, which will show you important news announcements over the past few days. These news stories are ordered by date, with the most recent at the top of the list. Moving over to the Analysis tab will show you the Trading 212 analysis of certain markets. You can click on each to read the full analysis. Again, these are ordered by date, with the most recent at the top of the list. To change the time zone of your account to match the area of the world you are trading from, you can use the button in the bottom left corner of the screen that shows the current time. This will open a dialog box with a list of different time zones. Simply select the one applicable to you so that the tick appears next to it, and then close the window. Trading 212 do offer some free learning material that you may find useful if you are just getting to grips with trading. They have a Videos tab accessible through the Videos button on the right hand side of the trading screen. They also have a Learn tab on the main page of their website with some links to general topics that they have covered. You can also submit any questions you have to the Trading 212 team by using the small chat icon in the bottom right corner of the screen. Clicking this will open a new tab with a simple contact form for you to submit your question. Once you feel you are ready to trade with real money, you can upgrade your account to a real money account at any time by either clicking the Switch to Real Money button in the top right corner of the trading screen, or by clicking your account name on the main website page and then clicking Trade with Real Money. This will open a dialog box that will take you through the process of opening your real money account. This is not a difficult process, and you'll be prompted along the way via a variety of dialog boxes. To use my affiliate link, just scroll down to view the description box below. You may need to press See More to reveal the full description. Then just click the link next to Affiliate Link and you will be redirected to the Trading 212 website. From here, you can then either open your real or demo account. Thanks again if you have used this link. And that wraps up this tutorial video for Trading 212. Please feel free to leave any further questions you have in the comments below.